all these rejections from the middle Bollinger Band.
Resistance we're going to need.
If you actually see here, we get a
And we'll look for a healthy higher
I
low.
would not
don't have
be
the
convinced
full
to enter a long trade.
Hey crypto friends, hope you're doing well. Was traveling today, moved on from Key West to my new spot. Gonna be here for a couple months and then do it all over again. But we had a lot of action in the overall market today. And honestly, we're at a point right now, I was talking with one of our members about this, but we are at such a perfect golden opportunity for the cryptocurrency bulls to make a very, very significant statement right now. And I'm almost sitting here wondering, what are these crypto bulls doing? They must have their funds all the way in already. I don't know. The bottom line is, right now we're seeing the market dump, okay? This is the most significant S&P 500 bearish action that we've seen since February. Let's look back at February on the weekly time frame. We dumped and formed an equilibrium and broke bullish. So now we're starting to dump again. So this is the weakest action that we have seen in months and months and months and months. We'll call it 8 months at this point. So, okay, that's step number one. Money is leaving stocks. Now let's look at gold, which is supposed to be the safe haven, and gold is not doing anything. Normally, I would expect just a couple years ago, 1 or 2 years ago, I would expect gold on a dump like today in the market to easily be breaking all of these daily resistances and breaking these lower highs because people are moving their funds from stocks into gold. It's a safe haven. We're noticing in the past, I don't know how long, maybe a year, I'm just throwing that number out there, where it's not acting as a safe haven. It had a very lackluster day today. So if you have those two things lining up right now, if you were to pump cryptocurrency and make it run to 10,000 or, even just make it go up 10% on a day where the market dumps, I don't believe that that's representative of funds leaving stocks going to crypto, but you better believe that all the talking heads and everybody is going to be talking about how cryptocurrency is the new safe haven and gold is not doing anything and the market is dumping. Those three scenarios lining up cannot get better in terms of publicity for cryptocurrency on the grand scale of global economics, in my opinion. So why I say, why I say it would be funds coming from stocks to crypto, because if people are selling and moving their funds over, it takes days to do that where we currently stand. We don't have that instantaneous buying, which is, again, one of the reasons why I'm supportive of an ETF, to allow people to instantly get in. I could instantly, sell all my Facebook stock and go straight into Bitcoin 5 minutes later, less than that, if we had an instrument to allow me to do so, and we don't. So for me to move funds from a broker to an exchange, it takes time and it's not instantaneous. And there are definitely ways to do it quickly. Coinbase allowed, they made some changes to allow that. But again, it's not the same. So those are my thoughts. Wake up, bulls. Big money, deep pockets. You got to be somewhere. Have they spent all their money and they have all the Bitcoin they want? I don't know. There's got to be groups of super rich circles of people that do stuff. So let's look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin pulled back significantly. When we were doing the last video, we had a scenario where, worst case scenario for the bears, we had 4-hour equilibrium. That is as comfortable as you can get. And it had ended up being best case for the bears because we dumped down and we saw a very weak bounce attempt. The 4-hour time frame here, well, it was a decent bounce attempt, but look where we rejected. Exponential resistance. We've been seeing this for months. Bears just sit there, they wait, they jump in, and then they're profitable. And then you just can set your stop loss at break even and ride those shorts as long as you want. So now we're looking down at the low of this dump, 64.45. The daily chart continues to shift towards the bears, and we're looking down at 63.99 as a key support level from here. We already broke one support. That's the next level. And the uptick in bear volume from yesterday and an inside bar likely to form today. But bottom line is bears are really comfortable. Bulls have no momentum and bears have no reason to cover. Ethereum on the daily, tightening up in its equilibrium. So again, we got the high, low, lower high, higher low, lower high. And I would say that's where we stand. So 214 support, 231.10 resistance, Coming down to that 214 level, we'll see if the bulls can hold it. Still seeing volume steadily drop off, a slight uptick here, but it is not notable and not significant. When we break these ranges convincingly, we're going to see a volume spike like these candlesticks back here. And obviously, it's a very different scenario to seeing what we're at right now. Bitcoin's got a little bit more volume, but on a name like Ethereum, the volume spike will be a lot more clear. So the bears have full control. The 4-hour bounce rejected straight off exponential resistance. Bears just sitting there waiting and just dropped down to lower lows. So let's see if that's going to be an early indication that Bitcoin's headed to lower lows as well. Ripple, XRP on the daily, high, low, lower, high. And it's just bear flags now. Little bear flag, little bear flag. So support is down at 4355. That's the low of the initial consolidation that we saw. That's an important level. Look at the lack of support after that level. So 4355 key support, and we've got resistance at 502 as a lower high on the daily. We look at the 4-hour time frame, the bounce, exponential resistance, rejections, just slow and steady down, very clear downtrend on the hourly. Every bounce is just a lower high. And the bears are very comfortable. We do have a base of support at 462 trying to be built, but we're about to test it again. So bulls are not holding their breath that can hold, and the hourly exponential resistance is driving the price down as well. So again, the bears are in full control where we stand right now. Perfect opportunity for the bulls to make a statement. They're not doing so. Maybe they'll watch this video. Someone send them this video. Send your local group of billionaires this video. So MDABTC has had some very nice volatility. Look at the daily time frame, just continuation. 4th day in a row, very surprising. That certainly looked like a volume climax yesterday. And a point that I made in the chat room today with trading stocks is that when I find a time frame that shows me choppy action, I don't use that time frame. So here on the hourly time frame, we can see support. There was a base of support right here at 16.8, and we broke this support level a couple times, not significantly, but 16.7, 16.5, and then we see a big bull break in continuation. So if you have some wiggle room between your stop level, you're not going to get stopped out by, a couple little ticks here. But I want to see nice and clear time frames with a consistent trend. So on the 4-hour time frame here, very clear higher lows. Anything above 16.575 is a higher low, keeping the bulls in full control. So if you're a bull and you're riding this longer term momentum, then the 4-hour uptrend is certainly just fine for you to take as your guide, and the exponential support is there as well. So I would be watching the 4-hour time frame if you're just scalping it. In terms of day trading, the 15-minute time frame's got all kinds of quick volatility here. And let's go to the example that I was using. So SPY today on this dump, where I was watching the 5-minute time frame and looking for signs that we're going to see a bounce or not. And right here we got choppy in the middle of the day, and we saw a break of the higher lows, and then we fell back down and then broke the lower highs, and it's just choppy. So as soon as I saw this action, and it might have even been earlier in the day, nope, it was there, I said, all right, I don't want to use this time frame because it's not being good. It's not a good time frame to be using. So I zoomed out to the 15-minute and I looked at that and I said, okay, this is much more like it. Every single lower high is being rejected, and there's no fake outs. It's just lower highs and lower lows. So going into tomorrow, I'm going to be watching the 15-minute time frame and look for a trend change, because we have not changed this trend on the entire dump. So I know that when that 15-minute trend changes, the hourly bounce is going to be underway. So if you're interested in stocks and what's going on, I do put out the videos for SPY, and there's all different kinds of ways to play weakness. It's one thing to avoid losses by getting out of positions when markets do this, but it's another to be able to profit on the way down, which is obviously ideal. So I hope you have a good rest of your day. I hope you continue to do good things. We got another Iceland here at the end. I think this might be one of the last Icelands. I got a couple joke Iceland videos coming out, but that's about it. I'm going to have to figure something out to talk about, or who knows. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.